Hello everyone, it's Canada Day, July 1st, 2015, and to celebrate I'm wearing my nice Canada ball cap. You can see, happy Canada Day. It's 148 years from the birth of the country, and of course we have it as our national holiday, so it's our day off. So I did start a DIY project, which is the subject of another video that'll be posted in the forum. But this one is actually an unboxing video. I purchased today, I went out and bought a new wireless presentation mic for doing speeches and usually for the officiant at wedding ceremonies and stuff like that. I've rented them in the past, but I figured it's a high time I own my own. So this is an unboxing and just a first impressions video of what I think of it. So without further ado, here is the mic that I bought. So as some folks may know, we used to have a Future Shop here in Canada. It was co-owned by Best Buy. We had both stores. My son used to work for Best Buy. They folded Best Buy and decided to keep the Future Shop stores open, and then just recently they decided to close all the Future Shop stores and just call it Best Buy. Confusing? Well, I'm confused as well. So, needless to say, they had a Canada Day sale today. This mic was on sale at $2.49 Canadian, and then they had a further sale down to $1.99. So it's a Shure wireless presenter mic, model number PG185. It's a cardioid condenser lavalier microphone system, and I'll unbox it here and just show you what comes inside. So what does it come with? Well, let's get the box open here. Open her up, and of course it comes with all the normal accoutrements, and as you can see they've repurposed some of the packaging, because it looks like this used to be is a double purpose packaging, because it obviously has room here for a handheld mic, but in this case it's a presentation mic, a BLX wireless microphone system. So nice manual, warranty card, which of course nobody ever uses. You just use your receipt for that. I don't even know why they bother including those anymore. And then it comes well packaged inside this recyclable plastic. So pop it open, and in it comes a receiver unit, looks like a larger receiver unit here, and then this is a transmitter, I guess, that hooks onto your belt, kind of like that. And then of course it has the microphone input. It is plastic, as most of these things are these days. It does feel quite hefty. It doesn't have the batteries in it yet, so even without the batteries, it does have a good feel to it, and I think it'll be more substantial when you plug the batteries in, and of course when you put the mic part of it in. So we'll put that there. Open up the receiver unit, and this one is, you know, it is plastic, high impact plastic it looks like. Chloe is freaking out over there over the neighbors, as she always does when I'm in the middle of these things. So it has an XLR and quarter inch instrument out, and it looks like 12.15 volts, 160 milliamps. 80? 60? I can't read it. I'm getting old and my glasses aren't working as well anymore. And then of course your controls on the front. And it does have a good feel to it, so I'm not thinking this thing is super cheap or anything. And then of course you have your, it does come with a couple of AA batteries, which I assume go in there. And then there's your microphone, and it does have a windscreen on it. So I will take that all apart, hook it up. I've got a little speaker here that I'll plug it into and just see what it sounds like. Okay, there it is, all plugged in. You can see the control, it defaults to A1. Of course, I haven't read the manual yet, and we got it read pretty quick, but pretty sure I can get it figured out without actually reading the manual. I know it's a bad habit, but you know, I'm a guy. That's what guys do. And there's the plug-in. The only obvious thing about this is the fact it has no antennas that I could see visibly. Obviously, it's probably inside the case. There is no external antenna that I can see. The claim is on the box that it's good to 300 feet. Lots of length of cord on the power supply, and it's one of those power supplies where you've got the coils and everything in the middle, so you don't have to have it right butted up against the where you're plugging it in. So you can not have to take up two spots on a power bar or anything like that, which is nice and convenient. And it's just a simple connector. Doesn't look like it's the most robust in the world, but does the job as long as you keep care of it, I'm sure. The other obvious thing that I noted was the lack of any kind of case for it. So obviously I'm going to have to get some sort of probably a Pelican box or whatever. I've done a similar thing with, here's my kit unit. So I've got a similar setup with my Shure microphone, which I use, and I actually did a review and posted it on YouTube and on this forum. It's an Alesis mic that I use with an SM58 switched microphone, and I did badmouth it quite a bit in my initial review of that one, but you know what? It's actually been a solid performer. I've had a few times where I've rented Shure mics and some other Sennheisers and whatnot, and they've given me guff. This thing is only rated to 60 feet of transmission distance, but with a number of weddings I've actually had to go to it as a backup, and every time it's been it performs flawlessly. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to end up having to update my last review on this and give it more credit than it's worth. It is cheaply built. It doesn't look like it's very tough, but as long as you keep care of it, which I do by keeping it in a nice case, I think it works great as a backup, which is exactly what I got it for. So this is more of a primary unit and more for officiants and doing speeches and stuff where you just mic up one person instead of handing off a microphone. I've needed these on numerous occasions and rented and borrowed them, so this time I decided to buy this one. So there it is, opened up the transmitter unit, and you can see there are some controls in there. I don't know if you can read it. One says group, the other says channel, and that's, I suspect, if you're in a high EM environment, you might need to change channels to forego interference. It's also got looks like a sensitivity wheel, just to dial in the sensitivity if it's too sensitive, and then it just closes shut. And then of course there's your on-off button, which feels quite sturdy, unlike the Alesis that I add-on microphone that I reviewed previously. It works quite well. And then I'll unbox the microphone here and plug it in, and we'll see how it works. Okay, so there's the microphone, and it's nice. It's actually quite well built, it looks like. Doesn't look like it's a piece of junk. Does come with a little lapel clip. This one, yeah, it's a little bit cheap. I don't know how long this will last, so I'll probably end up having to buy some sort of a metal alligator clip or something like that to modify if this one breaks. But we'll see how long it lasts and give it a whirl. It does come with 2 windscreens, which is nice in case, I guess, from putting it on and off, I guess these things probably wear out. That's why they give you a second one. And So we'll keep that one handy in case I lose one or the other one gets all messed up. And it has about, I don't know, maybe 5 feet of wire, maybe 6, probably 5 feet of wire, I think, which is plenty. And let's see what it looks like all hooked. Okay, let's see. So there we go. I've got the mic clipped on, just bunched up on my shirt here. And then if I pan it further down, I don't know if you can see that. I can hear. Oh, there you go. So you can see the control. It's on. It looks like the chummy there is reading. It says audio. The audio is flashing when I talk. So it looks like it's picking it up. And let's just see what it looks like and see if I can get it working on the speaker now. There obviously didn't hook up the XLR cable, so I just pulled it out of the box, and there we'll just hook it up. There's the XLR cable hooked up now. Just to be clear, this did not come with the package. The speaker or the mic wire has to come. You have to provide it yourself. So there it is into the back of the speaker, and this is just one of those cheapo Costco Edison M2000 speakers. I just use it for audio or for miking people for speeches and stuff like that. I don't use it for music. It's just used as a voice speaker. So we'll see how it sounds in a second. So there you have it. It works fine. Test, test, test. Obviously I don't have a high-pass filter on this thing. It's just straight into the mic input in the back of the into the back of the speaker. Normally I'd plug it into a mixer, engage the high-pass filter so I don't get all the bass and low-end crap coming through. And I find that you do have to sort of get the mic pretty close to your mouth. So I've got it high up on my shirt, and it seems to be working fairly good. Obviously, you have to start playing with levels and gain and all that sort of stuff just to optimize it. But it seems to work really well. I'm happy with it. And we'll try it for a few gigs, and then maybe what I'll do is I'll come back and do an addendum to this review and let you know how I think it is with longer distances in the actual gigging environment, doing weddings and stuff, and give you a more up-to-date review of what I think of it. So far I'm encouraged. It looks good. For $200 I don't think you can go wrong. Shure is a really good product in my mind's eye for microphones. This is obviously sort of the bottom end of the I think the professional market, but that was according to the salesman who sold this thing to me. So we'll see what we think. Stay tuned for updates to this review, and thanks for watching. Practice and enjoy.